Now Trump plans to set up a war room in the White House to battle Robert Mueller probe, and bring back controversial aide Corey Lewandowski to run it. President Trump's White House team is putting together a war room to deal exclusively with the Russia problem, so other parts of the president's agenda aren't sucked in. Axios Mike Allen reported Tuesday that Trump's aides have studied other scandals that have plagued administrations, like President Clinton's Lewinsky impeachment ordeal and President Reagan during Iran-Contra, to figure out the best way to handle what will likely be years-long probes into the Trump campaign and Russian interference. Trump is also reportedly shopping for outside help, including looking to his original campaign manager Corey Lewandowski, who he fired last June, but who Politico is pointing to as a possible crisis manager at the White House. Politico also reported that Trump's deputy campaign manager David Bossie could end up in a crisis manager job. The jump to action was likely inspired by the Justice Department's decision last week to enlist the help of ex-FBI Chief Robert Mueller to take over the FBI's investigation as a special counsel. On top of that, dual investigations in the House and Senate are ongoing, with the former CIA director testifying before the House Intelligence Committee today. As Allen puts it, Trump aides recognize the Russia defense will be essentially permanent, and are finally planning structures to reflect that. Since President Trump's surprise firing of FBI Chief James Comey, up until he left on Friday for this week's trip abroad, his administration was engulfed in scandal stories and little to no policy was discussed. Now, Allen reported, Trump's team will likely follow the lead of past administrations and designate one office or official to handle all the legal and communications issues, so there's a consistent response and everyone else isn't constantly sucked in. As Politico pointed out, during the Clinton days Chief of Staff Harold Ickes tapped Mark Fabiani and Chris Lehane, nicknamed the Masters of Disaster, to handle the Whitewater real estate scandal, which came years before the Lewinsky affair. For Trump, however, bringing Lewandowski back into the fold may add fuel to the fire. While serving as campaign manager, he grabbed at the arm of then Breitbart News reporter Michelle Fields, bruising her and tainting his own reputation, as the story played out for several weeks. Lewandowski was charged with battery, but those charges were later dropped. Then, in June of 2016, he was dumped for the more seasoned Paul Manafort, who was already working on the campaign. But Lewandowski, along with Bossie and former spokesman Jason Miller, have come back into Trump's orbit as his White House has become more embattled. It's less about bringing back old campaign aides and more about missing the days when he trusted his staff, one advisor told Politico.